In the last module, we discussed one measurement of leather, how it is sold. Now let's look at another measurement of leather, its thickness. If you haven't already, make sure you grab the thickness conversion chart linked below the video before we move on. You got it? Okay, good. Now the thickness of leather is also referred to as its weight. These terms are used interchangeably, weight and thickness. So when it comes to leather, you have to train yourself to remember that weight is associated with the thickness of leather. Now take a look at the thickness weight conversion chart on your worksheet, and you'll see a few different units of measurement used for leather weight. In the USA, the most common unit of measure is ounces. When you purchase leather, it is likely that the thickness of the leather will be represented in ounces. The smaller the ounce number, the thinner the leather. As you can see, 1 is the thinnest on the chart, and 14 would be super duper thick leather. Like we're talking equestrian, hardcore cowboy kind of leather. Thick stuff. Since many of us are more acquainted with inches or the metric system, I've included a column on the chart so you can easily convert and compare the ounces to a unit of measure that you're most comfortable with. Some countries do measure weight in millimeters. Irons is also included on the chart because that is seen as a unit of measure for sole leather in the shoemaking industry. However, the vast majority of leather is measured in ounces, so make sure you become really familiar with that. When you purchase leather, you'll likely see the weight of the leather represented by a range. For example, 3 to 4 ounces or 7 to 8 ounces. Why is that? Wait, I was hoping you'd tell me because I still haven't quite figured it out yet. Anyway, just kidding. The reason you'll see a range in the weight is because the thickness of the leather may be different at various parts of the hide. Just like we have areas of our skin that are more delicate and thinner than others, so do animals. Depending on the type of leather and portion of the hide you purchase, the weight or thickness is likely to vary. Sometimes the hides are run through large splitting machines in an effort to even out the weight of the hide. But still, even after this process, the thickness may vary throughout the hide. So when you're purchasing leather, be prepared with the range of weight best suited for your project. Now, if all the numbers on the chart make your head spin, here's something that might help. Let's play a little show and tell. This is a quarter, from the United States of America to be exact, and this quarter is the same thickness or weight as a 4-ounce piece of leather. Yep, pretty cool, huh? So if you ever need a visual reference when you're planning a leather project, just grab a quarter and start from there. If you think that a quarter is too thick, you'll want to focus on leather under 4 ounces. If a quarter is too thin, start looking at leather 5 ounces and above. If the quarter looks just right, 4 ounces it is. If you want something a bit more precise than the quarter, this nifty gauge is a quick and easy way to measure the thickness of a piece of leather. It measures from 2 ounces up to 14 ounces. You simply insert the leather into the open slit, slide it in as far as it will go without forcing it. Then, when it stops, look at the corresponding number, and that tells you the weight of the leather. Pretty simple. Let's take a look at this baby in action. Now this is the thinnest leather that I have, and it measures just over 2 ounces. This chrome tan leather is showing 5 ounces. Here's a piece of vegetable tan with a weight of just under 6 ounces. This chrome tan leather is between 7 and 8 ounces. And finally, the big boy, a 10-ounce piece. That's some thick leather. Okay, now that you know how the thickness of leather is measured, let's chat about what weight of leather is typically used for common leather goods. Now keep in mind that weight and thickness may vary. Not every item I'm going to show you in these categories always falls within these ranges, but this is meant to provide you a general framework and give you a good place to start. Wallets and small accessories will range from about 2 to 5 ounces. The slim designs tend toward the thinner 2 to 3 ounce range, while more hefty, thicker wallets could use 4 to 5 ounce leather. Traditional leatherwork items like holsters and knife sheaths often use thicker leather in the 7 to 9 ounce range. Typical belt weight leather is 7 to 9 ounces. Journals and notebooks and leather covers have a wide variety of range depending on their style. Now, I make a lot of these items, and the leather I use can be anywhere from 3 to 6 ounces in weight. This cover is made from a 3 ounce leather and provides a slim, streamlined profile. Now, for all of these, I've used leathers ranging from 4 to 6 ounces. Totes, duffels, and handbags are often made from mid to medium weight leather, ranging from 3 to 8 ounces for the body of the bag. If a bag is lined, leather skins such as pigskin are often used. The skins used for lining are usually thin in the 1 to 2 ounce range. Using a thin skin like this accomplishes the purpose of lining the item without adding too much additional weight to the piece. But here are a few examples of bags I've made and the leather I've used. Now that you understand how the thickness of leather is measured, you can begin to think of what weight you might need for your project. Your assignment is to complete number 5 on your cheat sheet by recording that weight or range of weight you feel would work best for your project. Now, we still have a few more things to consider, and we'll talk about those in the next lesson. So finish your leather work, and I'll see you there.